Hey everybody, it's Robert coming to you with Sidestep Adventures. I'm out here with Mr. Dan, the historian, and we are in the Rough Edge District, back in the Rough Edge District, but we are on the other side from all of our other Rough Edge videos. And in these great Talbot County history books called A Rockaway in Talbot, I was reading through here and found out about another cemetery that is in the Rough Edge District. And so we're about to go take a look at it, but before we do, it does have some information about the William T. Hall Plantation. That's where we'll be going. And also one thing that I thought was pretty neat is there's pictures from the late 1960s of this cemetery, and it looks exactly the same today as it did back then in the 60s. In other words, the tombstones had fallen when these pictures were made, and they are in the exact place that they'd fallen today. All right, so this says, in the Talbot County Census of 1860, William T. Hall was listed as 41 years of age with $2,400 of real estate and $7,340 of personal estate. His wife, Evelyn H. Beach Hall, was 38. They were born in Georgia. So just in these woods is where the Hall Plantation house was. Of course, we're standing on where the Hall Plantation land was. Don't know exactly where the home site was. And there is one family cemetery up here, the Hall Family Cemetery, that we're going to go take a look at. But one thing that I find very intriguing in this book, it writes about the Hall Home Place house. It says the old home place house of the Hall family was probably built about 1845 to 55. It burned years ago, but was recalled as being a house of 2 stories in the Greek Revival style. Some 60 yards from the site, an old family cemetery surrounded by a rock wall about 3 feet high. Huge oaks, some dead and fallen, with others originally in the front yard, formed a gloomy glade when visited by the Rockaway author. There were no visible markers for the graves within the enclosure. So in addition to the Hall Cemetery, which we're about to take a look at, somewhere out there, there was, at least in the... When did you say this was written?
This was written in the late 60s and mid 1970s.
So during that time period, that rock-walled cemetery was still out here in these woods. And of course today these woods have obviously been clear-cut, and there's no telling whether it's still back there or not. And without knowing the exact location of the old home place, we're probably not really able to find it.
William T. Hall Plantation, number 16. Okay, it's showing it.
No, on the other side.
Well, let's see.
It's in the cemetery.
We came from this direction. This is Kellam Road going out this way.
Oh, yeah.
So it's showing it actually on the other side of that cemetery, on that hill, up there on the left side of the road.
Have you ever been to this one, Dan?
I have never been to this one.
Cool.
This is a new one on me.
And here it is.
And you're right, they're still in the same position they were in when Mr. Davison made pictures, what, 40 years ago?
Yeah.
Or 50 years ago.
And the only reason that they're cleaned off is because I came out here scouting one day.
Oh, okay.
And found them and brushed them off. This says our mother, Evelyn H. Beach, born July 4th, 1823, married to William T. Hall, October 22nd, 1840, and she died September 18th, 1901. The epitaph reads, "Weep not, she is not dead, but sleepeth." And this is the grave of William T. Hall. He was born August 28th, 1818, and died April 12th, 1885. It says, "Eternal rest granted unto him, O Lord."
So it's just husband and wife buried in here.
Yeah, just husband and wife. Now, what really fascinates me about this is not only their burials and this beautiful fence that's around them, but also who the people are that are in the stacked stone wall grave that's out here.
I'm wondering why if there's another cemetery between here and where the house was out there, why did they come here and form another cemetery for just the two of them? It's unusual that a fence would still be standing like that. You see that old fence right there?
Yeah.
See the corner over there? What's that iron piece right there sticking up out of the ground?
I don't know. I'll look.
I believe we're going to have a little grave here.
Oh, really?
That's the foot piece, and there's the head part. What do you think?
Yeah, very well could be.
If it is as a child.
Yeah. I've never seen one marked like that, but I've seen lots of makeshift markers, and it's very... When I came out here before, I wondered about this fence, why this fence was here.
And it appears that this is fenced in. This, instead of that being fenced in, maybe this is fenced in. This, what? Looks like maybe 1 acre down to the road. Does it look that way to you?
I do see the fence going down to the road. Yeah.
But I don't see any evidence of any other graves out here.
Mm-mm. And the thing that...
But there are some big dead cedar trees on the ground. Lots of cedar stumps.
The thing that concerns me about the other cemetery that would be out there, this, according to the map, the home place was right out there, but obviously this has been clear cut, and other than one stand of trees over there, I don't see much that There's nothing that matches the description of the book of hardwoods.
No.
And there's nothing that to me says, oh, there's a cemetery over there.
This little patch of woods right here has not been disturbed. Look at the size of that pine tree. And look at the size of the others here, the hardwoods. This has been set aside for a long, long time, and it's fenced in, at least on two sides.
Well, the fence goes that way,
It does, doesn't it?
then this way, then that way. It's really weird fencing too.
But yet everything on this side of the fence remains undisturbed. I don't know. I agree with you that if there's a family cemetery somewhere out there, it's been clear cut, all including whatever's around the cemetery.
And I wondered if it was maybe maybe his parents buried there, or if it was somebody before him, you know, another family that settled here before him, buried there and moved on.
Could have been.
Look at that dead tree right there. It looks like
Something has enjoyed pecking on that tree.
sure has.
It is a woodpecker's paradise.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed seeing this. This is a kind of a mysterious place with the Hall Cemetery there, which is a beautiful small cemetery, and the other one that's out in the woods, kind of lost. You know, not holding out a lot of hope for us finding that one. The woods are too dense to walk through, and we don't know who the property owners are anyway. But I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure.